What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, ADA. If I get a little bit of time, we'll go into a few more. What I want to do here was look at these on the 4-hour time frame so we could get a little bit shorter term perspective, kind of see where we're at. Now, what's important, guys, is that we did have some good volume coming in for Bitcoin down around $33,000. You can see we almost had capitulation here. Tons of volume to the downside there, and then you had these big boys stepping back in at $33,000 roughly. So since then, we have been in an uptrend on the 4-hour time frame. So basically what we're in right now, and we could draw a little trend line here. So we're in a short-term uptrend. This is what we want to continue to keep moving to the upside. We need to get over top of about 39,000, and then we'd look up to about 43,000, as well as that big round psychological 40,000 number. But when you step back and you really take a look at this here, guys, I like to see this real heavy volume down around this climax here. That's a good sign for us, but we also have to realize that we're still in this downtrend. We still have a ton of work to do to try to dig our way out of here. Right now, the relative strength is going to be at 62, but what you want to see, guys, we have to pay attention to the monthly. In my opinion, from looking at it, is still in an uptrend. The weekly, what we're trying to do is basically go up and push up, see if we can get a weekly low or high. Then we'll have to come down and set a higher low on the weekly, which is going to be important for Bitcoin as well to keep this moving. And then on the daily, we're still in that overall downtrend that we have to break out of. So it's important for us that we can get moving through some of these higher levels. So looking at this, the moving averages that I have up are the 30 and the 60. And what you can see is it's been quite a while since we've had our blue, which is going to be our 30, cross over our 60. And you can see that potentially could take place here. We have not had that happen since about December 23rd. And here it was just one of those reactions, and then we rolled back over. So we do have to be aware, guys, if we lose this trend line and everything, we could go back and test some of these lower levels. So definitely be prepared for that. But right now the RSI is looking fairly healthy on the 4-hour time frame. We obviously need the stock market to do well, because we're so correlated to the stock market, so we need to pay attention to that. But overall, these higher lows is what I want to see continue. See if we can break up through 40,000, try to test some higher levels here if the bulls can keep this moving. We have room on the relative strength on the 4-hour here to make this happen. So let's see if we can get the 30 crossing over the 60. Just really watch these main levels, guys. About 36,700. That'd be about 35,600 for support. Then down around 33,000 are you're going to be your support area. So still a lot of work to do, but I do like the fact that we have on the 4-hour time frame higher lows coming in here. Okay, so that's going to be Bitcoin, guys. Next one we're going to move into is Ethereum. We're sitting at $2,788 right now. A little bit ahead of Bitcoin. What we do want to see, same deal. In blue, our 30 crossing up through our 60, which has not happened for quite a while for Ethereum. Let's see, we have not had this take place since December 24th, 2021. So let's see if we can continue to hold these higher lows here. And we'd also want to hold about $2,700 is going to be an important area for us. See if we can push up and potentially maybe back test that $3,000 range. And a lot of times with those big round psychological numbers, guys, that could be a resistance, and we'll have to come back down, maybe to 2,600 or so, find some support, and then try again if we're able to keep this moving. Right now on the 4-hour time frame, the relative strength is sitting at 68, so we also want to be aware of that. But you just want to continue to really watch this trend line, see if these higher lows can keep coming in. That's what's going to be most important. Even if we pull back here, we can pull back to 2630, see if we can set a higher low and then try to move higher. But still, we have a lot of work to do. We did have the climax volumes coming in here, both to the downside where retail is just capitulating. Then you had some of the bigger whales, the 10,000 or more, were stepping in and buying this fear. So I do want to pay attention to that. But overall, guys, we still have to be aware that we are in this downtrend and we're trying to break out of that. So on the short term, we're in an uptrend. In the intermediate term here, we're definitely in this downtrend that we have to get out of. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at for Ethereum. Really watch those levels, pay attention to those higher lows. Next one, let's take a look at ADA. Sitting at 106 here on the 4-hour time frame. So this is a little bit behind. We have not broken up through and read our 60 moving average. So that is still acting as overhead resistance. A little bit more of just like an equilibrium pattern here, moving sideways. We have higher lows coming in, lower highs coming in. You could draw basically almost like a little symmetrical triangle here, see if we're going to get that breakout to the upside. Right now, relative strength is looking good. We're sitting at 55, crossed over that 50, and we're moving to the upside, but we need to see some volume. If we can get out of here, we're going to look to see if we can hit maybe 112, Then I would say up to about that 120 mark are going to be the overhead resistance areas. In terms of support, we're going to want to hold $1 is going to be a big deal for ADA. Right now our volume sitting at 7.67 million. Our average is about 15.08 per day. So let's just see if we can make a nice strong move to the upside here, guys. Hold these higher lows. That's what's going to be most important for ADA right now. We just got to dig our way out of here. Then if we take a look at Litecoin, sitting at 111.35. Also kind of in an equilibrium pattern here. We're fighting with this 60. So if I get this off here, the 60 moving average, we want to see us have a candle close up above that in red, which would be important. But same deal, guys. You see how just chopping back and forth in this range, we are holding higher lows. So if you're in Litecoin here, you could just draw this, try to get as many touches as possible, which is going to be important for you. So right here is what we want to hold, these higher lows. So I would say, let's see if we can hold 105, and then it's going to be down to around that $100. That round psychological level relative strength is looking good to the upside here. You can see just moving pretty steady there. It's at 56, so we have plenty of room if we do want to make a nice strong move up here on the back side. You see how fast and quick we fell here. Sometimes since we fell that fast, it's almost like a gap, and you can fill it on the other side. You can really get a nice strong move. So if we do get out of there, we'd have to target about 117 would be an area. Then we're going to look at that 123, and I'd say up to around that 142 are going to be the areas. But guys, I have a very busy day today. That's all I can get to. I love you all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Just be patient out there. Watch these levels. Watch the stock market. Take care.